John, you're not sending me to the cooler!
Today I am at KD Toys in Customs with Stina and my good friend Jonathan. We are ready to do some toy hunting. This place looks awesome on the inside. From the retro bed sheets covering the ceiling tiles to the mural painted on the wall and the old Toys R Us signage. Man, this is getting me pumped. I'm ready to find some plastic treasures. Right up in the front of the store, I immediately notice a pretty great selection of Star Trek action figures. I always have to check these out, and I've talked about this before, but the Playmates Toys Star Trek line is such an easy and kind of fun line to collect for. It's accessible, there seems to be a lot of them, they're in abundance, and usually they are quite affordable, so I always like to browse over the selection to see if anything stands out to me. And today, it's the Transporter series figures. I mean, I've always loved the Transporter and the sounds that it makes, and while these toys do make that sound effect, the figures are also half translucent and glittery, which is right up my alley. This Enterprise in the case is also catching my eye. If you're wondering why the saucer section looks a little bigger than it should, well, that's because this is part of the Star Trek Inner Space line, which was the small micro playset lineup a la Mighty Max.
Now the universe has just gotten smaller. Command the Starship Enterprise with bridge and minifigures. The shuttlecraft Goddard manned for special missions. The Klingon bird of prey opens for action. The medical tricorder ready to handle any emergency. And Phaser with off-world adventure. All the Star Trek excitement you can hold in your hand. Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I actually bought some of these in the past. I recently picked up the Phaser playset, and I really like it. The Enterprise would be pretty cool to add to my collection at some point. This is another one of those toy shops that has so much retro goodness just covering every inch of it. I mean, right up in the front of the store, I'm spotting things like Thundercats and real Ghostbusters, Rock Lords, Micro Machines. Man, I love Micro Machines. This is just one of those lines that always feels so nostalgic every time I see them. I really love these little play sets.
Fine. It's turbo time!
I probably don't even have to tell you this, but I love Jingle All the Way. It is one of my absolute favorite holiday movies. I watch it every single year. It always makes me laugh. So I was pretty excited to find an original Turbo Man action figure here in the store.
And save on Turbo Man from the new movie Jingle All the Way. A Walmart exclusive. It's just $24.96.
Yes! Yeah! No, this is great because this is the original release. So, like, from back when the movie came out, these were Walmart exclusive. And recently, Funko reissued them, which I was so happy about, just because I wanted one. But, like, finding an OG one that's, like, complete.
It might be on.
Oh, look at the wings.
Yeah, they were.
Wings expand. The lights are lighting up, but it's real faint. That's amazing.
I have a lot of kids play with that. I want to look at it.
It's turbo time!
Godzilla Corner. Yes, this whole section of the store is filled with Godzilla and awesome kaiju figures of all sorts. And while they all look great, I'm not a huge Godzilla collector, but I do always like browsing at them. And of course, the one that's catching my eye is this Trendmasters figure from the 90s. Man, it's so 90s-rific. It's Mecha Godzilla with clip-on armor. Come on, that is so awesome. All right, let's check out the pro wrestling section because I'm seeing lots of good wrestling figs here. Lots of the LJ and big rubber guys in the display case here. I really do want to get into buying some of these. I want to, at some point, pick up some of my favorites, like Roddy Piper is one that I definitely want to get the LJN for at some point. They're not always easy to find in good shape, but I do check these out every single time that I see them. I do, however, spy a pretty great selection of Hasbro WWF figures down there, and that's a line I've been actively picking up on my toy hunts, and I do see some down there that I don't already have in my collection.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
In fact, if you are a wrestling figure collector, this store's got a pretty amazing selection. Aside from those retro LJN and WWF figures, there's also a whole bunch of baggied and loose Jakks Pacific figures, stuff from the 90s. There's even a lot of modern wrestling figures here as well, so really good selection of wrestling figs in this shop.
Woo, woo, woo.
So you might have noticed that the name of the store was KD Toys and Customs. And that's because they do actually sell custom toys here in the shop as well. In fact, in this amazing case up in the front, I'm spying some really cool bootlegs and custom figures. I love these little custom t-shirts that they make for action figures, some of which have the store logo on them. I mean, that is absolutely genius. What a great way to market your shop. Also, man, I am totally in love with this Ninja Turtles themed Grizzlor here. Oh my god, it's perfect.
He placed his eyes so they're red.
Oh! That's amazing.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
We know who would love that.
Yeah.
My son is a big Hulk fan.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm. That is cool.
All right, big old G.I. Joe section, and you know I've got to check this out now, because that's what I'm doing now. They've got a lot of carded figures. I'm seeing a lot of those 2-packs from the early 2000s here. There's a bunch of Valor versus Venom, and they've also got a lot of those G.I. Joe versus Cobra action figures, which were from the earlier 2000s. I remember getting really caught up in those when they first launched. It was an exciting line at the time, and I know those are the ones without the O-rings, but I remember buying a bunch of those. I might even still have some of those somewhere in my collection, but it's been a while, I feel like, since I've seen so many of these 2-packs like carded like this. So that was actually pretty cool. I actually felt weirdly nostalgic for these. Now the display case has more of the 80s and early 90s G.I. Joes, if that is what you are more interested in. In fact, I see something that I'm interested in right there in the case because they've got 2 carded Ninja Force figures. They've got Dice and the orange version of Slice. Those are definitely appealing to me. Oh, of course, you know I've got to check the Masters of the Universe section, and they've got a pretty great selection of Motu figures from all the different eras in this display case. One of the things I thought was really cool is they actually have the monogram model kit version of the Roton, like, built and with all the stickers on it in the display case. I love seeing that. I really don't ever come across those loose. Then, down at the bottom of the case, I spy something that is really screaming to me, because among the Meteorbs, I spy one of the Bandai egg toys. The Tamagoras, or the egg creatures, whatever you want to call it.
僕たち卵から突然進化卵ラスゾクゾク誕生
Now this one is like a blue vampire. It's amazing. I've really been into collecting these egg toys lately. A lot of the times you find them with the Masters of the Universe toys at stores because either the people that have them out think that they are part of the meteorbs, or they just know that they kind of go with them, so it's easy to put them there. But I've come across a lot of different ones in my travels recently that have been in the Motu sections. I really like this vampire. I definitely think this is coming home with me today.
This is the old Burger King one.
I bet
So
you've
this
never
is-
seen these.
These?
Start going through them.
Oh wow! Oh, these old Basic Fun keychains.
Oh my god.
Dude, they did some cool stuff. I used to have this one.
No way.
Twister.
All from the 90s.
Yeah.
Vintage.
Clue.
Awesome.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, see, because it actually opens up. I don't think you can actually play it, but it opens up the board, and then it's got like a little dice and little like pieces to put around.
That's
yeah, see, like
awesome.
there's little dice in there.
Yeah.
And oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
I'm buying that.
Are you? Sweet. Trouble. Like Yahtzee.
Nice.
Mousetrap. I had the Mousetrap one.
Nice.
These are great. I haven't seen these.
Operation, I'll put it back there.
I haven't seen here. I'll fix it for you.
No, you're fine. I just want you to see.
It's-
Well,
it's-
because it's good content. You know, it's stuff that you don't see all the time.
Mini cars. Yeah, Operation. Yeah, these are great. Those are so cool. I love these. They got Aladdin, Jasmine, and the Genie.
Yeah, and I saw these.
Tarzan. Wow.
And Bug's Life.
And Brother Bear. I didn't even know they did toys for Brother Bear. That's pretty sweet. This is from the first movie too, I think.
We've got Squinkies too.
Squinkies
Yeah.
for a minute.
Squinkies, the little ones. I know.
We had a bunch of those
We
at one
did have a
time.
bunch of those at one time.
That's cool. This is from when the first movie first came out. That's cute.
That's cute, yeah.
Plasmane. This is the fun. I think my sister had this.
No, we have the one that she had as a kid.
Oh, really? It's not
Yeah.
this?
No, it's much bigger.
Oh. Those are cool.
So that is the vintage Casper Castle.
Really?
Yeah, here, come over here.
You got it.
So, and it even has the little Casper ghosts and TV.
Oh, wow.
And it's a playset that is rare. You don't see it very often.
Oh, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
All the toys up in the attic.
The thing it's missing is the little light that goes right here, and it would beacon. But it was something that the kid could remove and use around the room.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yep.
That is really neat. See, it's a playset from that Casper.
Oh, from the movie? Or
So-
just from the...
I think so. Like, it's got the
Yeah.
spiral dance
Oh,
floor
yeah.
thing. And then, see, it's got like the... Oh, yeah, see, look.
awesome. Yep.
Little Christina Ricci figure.
Yep.
And the little ghost.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
There's the dad is in there.
The attic.
Yeah, there's the attic with the toys.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah, a lot of people always go, what is this? Oh, like, this is a Casper. The Casper.
No, I love it. Look at how all this stuff opens up.
Well, that's what I say. It's amazing how detailed that is.
Like, look, this closet opens up and there's like a trap door that goes down.
Yeah,
Like,
and the little doors right here, they can open up.
that is really cool. See, I love stuff like this, man.
Me too.
That's great.
And it's cool to have the pieces. That's the hardest part, right?
Of course, yeah, especially any of those tiny little ones.
I always love seeing odd vintage items like that Casper house or like these Jurassic Park hologram keychains. Man, what a lost art holograms are. We need more toys with holograms on them. We need to make that happen again. And then there's this Peter Pan's Teddy Bear. This is a plush that I don't think I even knew existed. Hook is such a special movie to me. I loved it a lot when I was younger. always has held a special place for me, and as a result, I do love Hook toys. I didn't even know this thing existed. This is really cool to see.
I've got that somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, like
I got that animator.
No idea. It's one of those lines that people ask for all the time. Hasbro owns the property, so I have no idea why they don't do anything with it.
They did for, you know, when Marvel first got big and then everybody decided they would ruin every IP they had.
Yeah.
There were talks of doing that like shared universe.
That's right, the Hasbro universe.
Part of it.
Yeah.
Well, we were looking at these Sleepy Hollows earlier. I was telling her, I was like, I might actually have these.
I remember when these came out.
I think I at least have the box set, The Headless Horseman. I think I'm almost positive I have that. Those are good figures.
Yeah. McFarlane stuff.
Look at that. Look at that walking, man.
I know. That's good. They got a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's 44. She's... Wow. I didn't even know they did toys for Mystery Man.
I think I have these also.
Do you have these?
Yeah.
The Spleen. Captain Amazing.
From the Blue Raja.
Blue Raja.
Oh, they don't have Mr. Fury.
I'm sure he was the first.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Wow.
I gotta go to my parents' house and see how much of this stuff I own.
Let's go to Toy Hunt at John's house.
Yeah, it's actually rare and whatnot.
This is actually a Spider-Man figure from the animated series.
What figure?
The what were that? Was that Spider Slayer? It was the Spider Slayer.
That's crazy.
I think is what it was called. But it totally looks like a xenomorph.
Absolutely does. I would not have known that was.
Yep. It's from the animated series.
What line is that from?
Predator.
But like,
NECA,
what is it? Okay.
NECA Predator line. There's so much Arnie in this store.
Oh, I haven't even looked at the TMNT section yet, so we gotta check this out because there are so many Turtles figures here. First of all, there's a ton of carded figures from the 2003 era. I know I've talked about this before, but these feel like they're popping up more and more lately, so I love seeing a whole wall of these here. And if carded figures aren't your thing, this display case is completely stuffed with loose figures from various eras of Ninja Turtles. There are so many vintage figures in here, so I'm doing that thing where I'm like just scouring the case, seeing if anything stands out to me that I know that I need, some holes in my collection. But the thing that I'm really leaning towards, what's really speaking to me in this case, is all the way down at the bottom. It's the Paleo Patrol Tricera tank. Now look, I love the Turtle Van, the Party Wagon, whatever you want to call it, and all of the various iterations of it from the different versions of Ninja Turtles. I've got a big collection of Party Wagons. I don't have the Tricera tank, and this thing looks awesome. And honestly, the price is really good on it. My only hesitation here is that, you know, I traveled with a bunch of friends and we drove together in like one van. And when I'm talking about bigger items like this, I'm worried about getting it all the way back home. Oh no, I feel like it's a bad move passing on this today, but I'm going to. Except now I feel like the Tricera tank needs to be like on my list, because sitting here talking about it now, after the fact, I'm really mad at myself for not buying that. I really want that Tricera tank. Ugh. Okay, so while I passed on the Tricera tank, there are some items in the store that I know I'm gonna buy.
This is like a custom little shirt that was put on. That's great. I'm gonna grab these too. That's a good price on that Razor Ramon. An Earthquake.
Oh, Earthquake.
Spencer's been wanting Earthquake. It's a little scratched up.
Spencer has?
Crazy enough.
Has done what?
He loves Earthquake specifically because of the video game, the arcade game. He always chooses Earthquake in the arcade game, so has decided that that's his favorite wrestler now,
Awesome.
which is hilarious because I don't think he's ever actually seen any real video footage of Earthquake wrestling, but just because of WrestleFest,
That's awesome.
that's his favorite wrestler. So he's been asking for a figure of him. So
That's awesome.
there you go.
So with that, I've got my loot and I'm ready to head out the door. But as I'm leaving, we're chatting with the owner of the store when, well, I spy this amazing Stone Protectors board game.
I had no idea that they had a Stone Protectors video game. Also, it's bilingual on the box. It's Battles of the End. Stone Protectors try to stop Zoc and his evil army.
I think it's French.
Really?
Yeah.
This is so cool. It's totally French.
I had a French Care Bears one too over there. Oh, and so is that the...
I want to look at this.
Oh, it wasn't too much. It was really fun.
Okay, this is amazing. Wow. I freaking love Stone Protectors.
This is my gift to you.
What? No, you don't. Are you serious?
Take a picture.
Oh, I like the handshake. Yeah.
Amazing. I can't believe that he just gifted me this Stone Protectors board game. It's such a cool piece. Look, seriously, this is an amazing shop. If you are ever in the Colorado Springs area, I highly recommend checking out KD Toys and Customs because the selection here is amazing. There's so many cool toys, retro, more modern, great mix of stuff, and the staff is incredible. Tell them that Pixel Dan sent you. And with that being said, my friends, let's check out my haul. I grabbed 2 of those Hasbro WWF action figures. I got Earthquake, so now Spencer has his favorite wrestler from the WrestleFest arcade game. And I also grabbed this Razor Ramon, which is one that I personally have been wanting to add to the collection. Plus, it came with one of their cool custom t-shirts. It's got a little NWO Wolfpack t-shirt. I think that's pretty awesome. I ended up grabbing Picard from that Transporter series. The price was right. I couldn't pass up on it. Look, this is a really fun toy. It lights up. It's got the Transporter sound effects. Plus, like I pointed out, the figure is half translucent and filled with glitter. It's seriously rad. So I grabbed the awesome Egg Vampire. In the 80s, Bandai did a set of egg monsters in their Tamagoras line, but the vampire, while it is the same mold as the one I bought, was actually fully painted. He was like black and white and red. This one says Bandai, so maybe it's just a bootleg? I'm not entirely sure. If you know, please let me know. But either way, I love this. I'm so glad I bought it. And finally, I got that incredible Stone Protectors board game as a gift on my way out the door. Stone Protectors is one of my all-time favorite weirdo toy lines from the 90s. I had no idea this board game even existed. It's complete. It's got cool little gem pieces inside, and the art on the board is so awesome. I love it. Guys, thank you so very much for watching another installment of Toy Hunting with Pixel Dan. This is part 2 of my Colorado toy hunting trip. I've got 2 more episodes from Colorado on the way, so make sure if you're not already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. New episodes every single Saturday. Very special thanks to all of my supporters over on Patreon. You guys are amazing. If any of you guys are in a place to help support the channel, please check out the Patreon. You get perks such as early access to episodes just like this one. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Happy hunting, my friends, and until next time.